Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with. The showstopper so hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long. Pop the clutch. I don't pop the...
Yo, and welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm one of your amazing duos, Matthew Briggs, and always with me, I got my A1 since day one, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
How y'all doing out there?
Tonight we have a special guest with us, future Hall of Famer, DUUUVAL legend, part of the Thunder and Lightning combo, Mr. Jimmy Smith himself. How you doing, Mr. Jimmy Smith?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, thank you for coming. It's an honor to have, like I said, a future Hall of Famer on the show. And watching you and Keenan Ricardo as Thunder and Lightning, man, it was one of the great moments of my life. Nobody's done it well since y'all two have done it. Well, before we jump into the reason why, jump into the reason why you're here to talk DUUUVAL with us, we got some breaking news today. Baker Mayfield traded to the Panthers. Jimmy, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not too excited about it. I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan.
Okay.
I don't think he's a good serviceable quarterback, a backup, but he's not a starting NFL quarterback. Never was.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people around the league are saying, and I kind of agree with you. I think the Browns head coach kind of made him the QB he was, just a system quarterback, not too flashy, not too hot in the pan, as you would say. Does this trade make news for the Deshaun Watson suspension, in your opinion, or is it just to get rid of him?
I think it's just to get rid of him. He was the first pick of the draft. So he's had a few years. He's had Odell Beckham there, and he's got a great defense, one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. If you got a good defense like Cleveland and a good rushing offense like Cleveland, and you're a quarterback, and you can't win games, then chances are you're not going to be in the NFL for long as a quarterback.
Oh, most definitely, especially with you had Landry Jones on the other side, so he had no reason to not succeed. We got a couple people from Facebook. Samantha says, "Hi, Jimmy. I'm so excited, and please come back to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast."
Hey,
Sam's missed you big time there, Jimmy. Well, moving on.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
The Jackson, she is. She is. Moving on to why we're here, the DUUUVAL versus Texans game. Jimmy, y'all made some good pickups with the Evan Ingram, the Zay Jones, Brandon Scherf on the offensive side. But that Christian Kirk signing, that kind of worries me a little bit. Does that worry you at all, or you think it was a good pickup?
I think it was an excellent pickup. Trevor needed weapons. We weren't sure of the guys that were here with Mr. Whatever. What's our last coach name? I can't even remember his name.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. So when you get a new coach on the team, a lot of the guys who were there prior to the new coach coming in, well, they're expendable. I don't care who you are. I've been through that before with uh, when the Jaguars fired Coach Coughlin and brought in Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio wasn't a fan of the guys he inherited, which sounds crazy because if I'm a head coach and I inherit Fred Taylor, Mark Brunell, and Jimmy Smith on offense, just us three alone on offense, being that he's a defensive mind coach and you know his defense is going to be pretty stout, well, you got a playoff caliber team. Jack Del Rio wasn't fond of the guys he inherited. He was in a hurry to get us out of there so he can have his own guys. And most coaches are like that, not just Jack Del Rio. Most coaches want their own guys that they bring in. So the Jaguars, I love how Doug Peterson is strategically making his picks and bringing in free agents. I honestly think that this is a playoff-bound team right now.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
Oh. Well, me and Crenshaw, we think y'all are the fourth place team in the AFC South below the Texans. Crenshaw, what do you think of the Jaguars' acquisitions this offseason?
I mean, everything they did, I like. I like the coach because, like you said, Trevor need weapons and everything. And they got the running back coming back. I think they're going to be good. I just think they're not going to be better than the Texans because I think Mills is going to be a slight better than Trevor because Trevor has so much pressure on him to be good because he's number one pick and everything. But overall, they had an awesome offseason because I loved Doug, man. He's a great coach. I mean, a real good coach. But, I mean, DUUUVAL, they'll be back. Maybe 2 years. I give them 2 years. They'll be back.
Definitely 2 years. Not to retreat from what I said, I do think this is a playoff caliber team this year coming up, but for sure they're going to be a playoff team in year 2. Well, year 3 of Trevor Lawrence's career. Year 2 of Pierce, coaching state in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Super Bowl winning coach. I thought Doug Peterson was a great pickup guy for you guys. Going into the draft, a lot of people were kind of questioning the number 1 pick overall. Did that make you scratch your head, or were you okay with taking Walker number 1?
It wasn't a head scratcher until I saw the guy in person, and he's a mountain of a man. And from the way that he's responded in the OTAs and the mini camps, this guy could possibly be defensive rookie of the year.
Wow.
He's probably going to be that good. I may be sticking my foot in my mouth so early, but we have a potential defensive player of the year. The reason I say that because of the pieces that we already have on defense that'll free him up and be hard to, you know what I'm saying? He won't face many double teams early on, especially being a rookie. You know, they're going to be trying to slide protection to Josh Allen. So he can have a field day depending on how he matures and how much he gets better, how fast he matures.
So we got a comment from the group that said, I'm glad you talked about Walker. He said, you mentioned the offense, but how do you really feel about the defense? So are you excited about the direction the defense is going?
I am. I can honestly say I am. I like the pieces that we picked up. And then getting the linebacker and with free agents here and there. I think our defense is okay. We got to score points. This is a quarterback league. We got a generational talent. We're loaded at the receiver spot. I think we're a little light at the running back spot, depending on how James Robinson comes back. We don't know about ETM. We know that he's a super talent, but with that injury, we don't know. Basically, this is going to be his rookie year. So He's considered a rookie. He doesn't have any experience. So I would like to see the Jaguars pick up somebody. I mean, it may be too late to pick up a quality running back right now. Running backs are expendable. But this is a pass-happy league, and we got one of the best passers in the league, and we got a group of receivers that's going to be out of sight. So I'm excited about that part of it. Whether the defense can hold up or not, who knows? They're young, but I think they'll rally. Going through what the guys who were there last year, going through a season with Urban Meyer is mentally tough. I went over there a couple of days before he got fired, and the mood and the just the atmosphere over there was just all loser mentality, loser atmosphere. They got the hallways were painted black.
Ooh.
Just think about if you had to go to work every day and the ceiling's black, the walls are black, and the floor is black. Sooner or later, you're not going to be wanting to go to work anymore because it's like being in a dungeon.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Yeah, you're depressed. You're not excited about going to work when it's just all black everywhere. And then you're in Seville, Florida. It's hot down there. A lot of things need to be, hopefully they'll paint those hallways all white so it'll refresher mentally for those guys. But when I was over there this past season, walking down those black halls, man, I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yeah, the heat don't help with all, especially when you're losing. It adds a little bit more to your attitude, wouldn't you say?
Exactly, especially going through all the BS that Urban Meyer took those players through. I mean, it was enough to make you not like the game of football. And most of these guys been playing football all their lives. And it was a horrible situation for those guys, and I really felt sorry for those guys. Losing like that, having to deal with Urban Meyer's.
Most definitely.
And on top of that, just a plethora of other little things. And when you look, it's a big thing. It makes you not want to play football, guys.
Yeah, I can imagine, getting worried about getting kicked as a kicker. So just the craziest things he's done. But you played the Texans twice this year. They brought in veteran coach Lovie Smith, defensive minded, a great offensive guru in Pep Hamilton as OC. And to me, they had a great draft and a couple great pickups in the offseason. Crenshaw, what do you think this Jaguars and Texans game is going to be? A sweep, a headbanger, or a split? Which one do you think is going to be?
Well, it's been a sweep for the last couple of years, but this year I say it's going to be 1-1. I don't see us sweeping them again this year. I think they're going to get us the first game. We're going to give them the second game. But it's going to be a good one as always.
Okay. Jimmy, I had a rookie quarterback last year too, and Davis Mills taking over for Tyrod Taylor when he got hurt and this wasn't himself as that injury. Did you see anything special in Davis Mills, or do you think it was kind of a flash in the pan?
Yeah. I don't see anything special. Obviously, I haven't seen enough of the Texans, but what I have seen, I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me. Not saying that he can't come and be the man now, because it takes all 11 guys on offense and the defense and the special teams in order for a quarterback to be a winner. Does he have the pieces? I don't know. I don't know what he has at receiver. I don't know what his backfield looks like. I don't know if they'll be able to protect him and give him time to throw the ball. Those things, I'm sorry, I can't answer for you.
Okay.
As far as the Texans.
Do you like the? Go ahead.
I will say this: when I was playing, the Texans, along with the Titans, were the two toughest teams in our division. So I can agree with you on a split. Those been some knockdown, drag out games, but it's become a rival. Not necessarily with the fans like us in Tennessee, but with with the players. And I think it's because, back in the early days when, the Jaguars were new and the Texans were new, a lot of the guys that were playing with the Jaguars, they began to sign deals with the Texans. Tony Baselli, he signed
Mhm.
with the Texans. Gary Walker, he signed with the Texans.
Seth
Uh,
Payne.
uh, Seth Payne signed with the Texans. Stacey Mack signed with the Texans. So you got players. We had a multitude of players to leave our team and go and sign with the Texans, and that left a lot of. I can say it was a player rivalry game, not necessarily as far as the fans, but definitely the players are rivals.
That makes sense. I can see that. What was your take on Lovie Smith hire? Do you think it was a great move by
I
the
think that was
Texans?
just. I think it was just as good a hire as the Jaguars hired Doug Peterson. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of guys out there, but I think both teams got some good quality, experienced guys who's been in the playoffs, been to the postseason, been to the big dance. So you're not getting no scrub as a coach.
Right.
Uh,
And he has experience to get to the Super Bowl.
there you go. There you go. So you got some good coaches, and that's where it begins. You got good coaches, uh, and it starts there. And I think what we'll see over the next couple of years is a swing. You'll see the Titans and the Colts. They'll begin. They're missing their window.
Mm.
The Colts are dead in the middle. But they didn't close it out last year. They let the Jaguars beat them in the last game of the season and kept them out of the playoffs.
A
So
93% chance of making the playoffs. All you had to do was beat the Jaguars.
that's it. That's it. And they came into Jacksonville and they thought they were just going to walk all over them. Never do that in the NFL because any team can beat you on any given day. But
True.
Yes,
like I
sir.
was saying at first, um, you'll see over these next 2 years how the window will close on the Titans and close on the Colts, and you'll see the window start opening up for the Jaguars and the Texans.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially with tread on a tire with Derrick Henry is always a concern for the Titans. And I think it's what 6 years now. The Colts has a different quarterback every year. Uh,
Yep.
that's just not good for your franchise, especially your young players. What you played in the league, Jimmy? What if you were I can't think of his name, but the number one receiver there in Indianapolis, and you had a different quarterback every year? How would that affect you, or
It's
is that
tough.
just
Yeah, it'll affect you big time. I mean, you can see it last year with Carson Wentz. They wouldn't necessarily, if it wasn't for that running game, they wouldn't even be close to getting to the playoffs because
That's
their
true.
passing game was so inconsistent with Carson Wentz. Now, now this year they got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's 100%. He's a way better quarterback than Carson Wentz. He's been to the big dance, so he'll be a better fit for the Indianapolis Colts than Carson Wentz was last year. Plus, he'll bring that leadership, and this is a chance for the Colts to get it done. They got a couple of years to get it done. If not, then it's gonna be Jaguar Texan time.
we're always excited to see that. So going back to that matchup, so you say it's going to be a split. Is it going to be both games going to be a headbanger in your opinion, or is it going to be a blowout both games?
I think so. I think it'll be a headbanger. It'll be a close, tight game. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be a blowout by any means with this rivalry. I don't think it. Now, even when I played, they were all headbangers, like you say. That's a good way to put it. They were tight games when I played, and that was in the beginning. Uh, so yeah, I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. Could be, but it's the NFL. You never know. You never know who'll be hurt, who'll be active. Just never know. But as far as both teams being healthy at this point in the off season, those are going to be some tight games between the Texans and the Jaguars.
Oh, most definitely. Jimmy, before we head off here, do you mind if me and Crenshaw ask you a couple questions about your thoughts on football and your career?
Sure.
Last time you were on with me on the AFC South Fan podcast, we asked you what receiver caught your eye, and you said Colin Johnson. Sadly, he was let go by the Jaguars. Is there anybody else that's caught your eye since, or is it still Colin Johnson?
Well, that's when he was with the Jaguars. I think he's with the Giants now.
Yes, sir.
Just keep your eye on him, man. Keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on Colin Johnson. He's with the Giants. He's gonna be. He has all the tools to be a good player. He's just got to get in the right situation. As far as the Jaguars concerned, I can't speak on the Texans right now. I'm sorry, guys, but the Jaguars, Christian Kirk is gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the guy. They can still got Laquan Treadwell, who I've been working with in all season, going over film. He's going to be a better receiver. I was able to teach him a few things. It's surprising that, well, maybe not. I make it to a point to where no one knows more football than me, and now I'm getting guys calling me Laviska Shenault, Laquan Treadwell. And they're searching for answers, for the answers to the test on how to master playing wide receiver. Keeping your shoulders square at the top of your route. Well, let me back up. First of all, your stance. When Laquan Treadwell and Laviska send me film on last year, they're standing straight up at the line of scrimmage, and that's a no-no. You cannot stand straight up like Jerry Rice at the line of scrimmage. Only Jerry Rice was able to do that.
Right.
You gotta get your torso down almost like you coming out of the blocks in a track meet at receiver. That way the defense has nothing to jam at the line of scrimmage but the top of your helmet and your shoulder pads. Second thing, keeping your shoulders square at the top of your route and planting with 2 feet instead of one foot. Those right there, you may not be able to understand the guys, but the receiver, the light comes on when I tell these guys that. So I'm looking for Laviska Shenault and Laquan Treadwell to really step their game up. Just by me giving them those answers to the test. And the light came on, and I love when the light comes on in a guy. When I can give them something and the light comes on and be like, wow, that makes sense. Oh, wow, I get it. I can't wait to get on the practice field tomorrow and try this out.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Crenshaw, do you have anything for Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I got a couple things. 3 things. One, is the Jimmy Smith roll still good?
Oh man, that's the best sushi roll ever. And they're in like 17 restaurants from Alabama all the way down to Disney World.
Okay, so it's in Disney. I'm gonna be in Disney World next week, so I'm gonna make sure I try your roll.
Yeah, ask for the Jimmy Smith roll. If they don't have it on the menu, they can make it for you.
Okay,
They'll know what it is.
Okay, and another thing, has anyone broken your NFL records and your Jacksonville Jaguars records?
No.
Okay.
Megatron. I think I was second in the league when I caught 15 catches for 291 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think the only person in front of me was Flipper Anderson, who had 330 something. And Megatron, I think he got 1 game. Now, it was against a team. See, I set my record against the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, one of the greatest defenses of all time.
Yep.
Well, Megatron, he set that record against I think it was a Cowboy defense or somebody. I mean, a horrible secondary. But he has the number, so he surpassed me. I think he moved me down to 4th or 5th on the list. But it's all good. He's a Hall of Famer. And we're just you know what, guys, I'm just happy. As far as the Hall of Fame, to be honest with y'all, man, I'm just happy to be nominated every year. I get more, what I'm saying? I don't have to be inducted. I'm not, you'll never see me complaining, why, like T.O. was, you know?
Hmm.
I'm just happy to be the man. When they nominate me every year, I'm happy. I'm good. You know why? Because it keeps the conversation going.
Right.
So how was it to see one of your fellow teammates and Tony Boselli be the very first Jaguar in the Hall of Fame? Did that hit close to you?
Well, let's look at it this way. He gamer. He's my teammate. I love him to death. I caught a lot of balls because of Tony Boselli. I lined up on the left side of the field most of the time. I had a left-hand quarterback, and Tony Boselli was a left tackle. And I used to come out of my routes, guys, and I tell you, I'll see number 71. It was just like me and Mark Brunell was playing pitch and catch. It was no defensive end or no tackle or no linebacker with the hands up trying to swing and block the ball. Tony Boselli wiped out that whole left defensive line, that whole side, every time. So I credit, I like to, you know, give credit to Tony Boselli, because if it wasn't for his talent and the way he blocked guys, uh, you know, I
I think we lost him. Are you there, Jimmy? Are you there, Crenshaw?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jimmy, are
I
you there?
caught
I think. Okay, there we go.
70.
Jimmy, I think we lost you.
I'm here.
Okay, all right, there you go. Sorry. Looked like we had a technical difficulty.
Oh, we good.
But yeah, I agree. I think you, Fred Taylor, and Tony Boselli both need to see, and all three of y'all need to see, that golden jacket.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy. That means a lot coming from you. Like I said, buddy, you know what? Fred made it to the finalists. I never made it past the first round, so hopefully Fred will get in there, and a lot has to do with your own team.
Are you there?
You there?
Yep, we hear you now.
You can see me now.
Yes,
Like
sir.
our Jacksonville media really pushed Tony Boselli for this Hall of Fame. I mean, they were all in, and that's what it takes.
Yeah.
So we'll see if our Jacksonville media will be all in at the same intensity they were with Tony Boselli with me and Fred. We'll see.
Well, if they don't push you, you got us from the Texans fan battle. We'll push you, Jimmy.
Man, we got that Texas fan base. It's over with. It's over with. Help us out, Texan fans.
We'll make sure that you and Andre Johnson both get in the Hall of Fame at the same time.
Oh yeah. Hey, Andre's a beast. He's definitely, he probably should have been a first ballot. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, man. I really love his game.
Yeah, he was something special to watch.
Yes, sir.
Especially against a game. Most of his games, big time games, was against Jacksonville. So I mean, for some reason, he just he knew when to turn it on against you guys.
You're right about that.
Crenshaw, you got another question before we let Mr. Smith go?
Well, I put it like this: even though you're not in the Hall of Fame yet, you're still a two-time Super Bowl champ. So they can't take that away from you.
Thank you, man. Even though I was on the bench, I was on the bench for those Super Bowls, playing behind Michael Irvin. But hey, man, I was just as happy as I could be.
All right.
Well, Jimmy, tell us what you got going on. Where can you have anything special going on? We can find you at or check you out.
Yeah, man. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at JimmySmithJags. JiJags. Jimmy Smith Jags. Tell everybody to follow me. I'm
And
not doing nothing, man. I'm just back home on my ranch in Mississippi, running the cows and the horses and fishing, catching trophy bass out of my lake.
There you go.
I'm
Hey, it's
bored.
perfect heat, man. To catch some big time bass. So
Oh man,
yeah,
it was a scorcher today.
I bet. I do want to say give a shout out to your boy Jimmy Smith III. Man, I was hoping he would get drafted. I was hoping the Texans picked him up in the late round, if not undrafted
Yeah,
free agent. But
yeah. They were interested. They were interested. He did get a call from the Texans before draft day. We knew he wasn't going to get drafted because of his age. He was a grad student. He's 26. Uh, so I'm glad the Jaguars gave him a chance to come in. Uh, it'd be good if they go ahead and sign him. He's got a workout coming up in a couple of weeks with the XFL. I got
awesome.
a teammate of mine, Reggie Barlow, that's going to be the head coach of one of the XFL teams. So
I
we
remember
feel good
Reggie
about
Barlow.
having some. Yeah, he's the head coach of one of the XFL teams. So hopefully Reggie will be able to bring him in and secure him a job for the XFL. But at the same time, Trey's working hard right now and waiting on that call for the NFL.
Awesome. Well, Jimmy, man, it was an honor to have you on here. We definitely need to do this again sometime. But we
Yes,
appreciate you coming on and talking Jaguars with us.
man. Well, call me anytime, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, you
All right.
have a good night, Jimmy.
Have a good night,
All
Jimmy.
right. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Well, Chris, man, what an episode, right? Having
Oh yeah.
a feature Hall of Famer like that on there just hits a little different, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, did you agree with everything he said about the Jaguar Texans game?
Yeah, because I agree with the split. And I agree with the Titans and the Colts gonna fade out, and then the us and them is gonna start fading up. It's gonna be like a revolving door. So I agree with that as well.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. I think it's going to be a sweep still. I think we're still a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was the last couple of years. I think it's going to be a close game. Well, Crenshaw, anything you'd like to say to the fans before we get off of here?
Excuse my voice. I'm sick.
That's why I'm trying to take all the all the duty of talking to off of you. You know?
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got some big news from the podcast. We started our own website. It's the TexansFanBattle.com. Check it out. We are looking for sports writers. If you are interested in writing for the Texans or just freelancing for the Texans for us, either contact the website, myself, or Crenshaw, and we'll definitely get you hooked up. Big things to come. So definitely check it out. Crenshaw, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw everywhere.
Everywhere. And of course, you can find me as A1 Day One Texans. If you missed it, Jimmy Smith was at JimmySmithJags everywhere. And guys, thank you for checking us out. Until then, we'll see you later.
Peace.